It's me again. This is the sort of the next or the final little clip, and this is more probably for the grown-ups. I don't mean I'm going to start swearing or anything like that, but it's kind of more dealing with the kind of issues that we've all got at the moment, which is that for a lot of people, they're kind of sitting at home, looking at four walls or out in the garden or whatever, and you know that induces extra stress and that kind of thing. And I always think if you can create that space in your house, which I've kind of done here, I suppose. This is just part of the front room. But for this little clip and for what I'm doing when I'm practicing, I think Lee would probably agree with this with at their place, is that for me, I'm kind of turning I'm turning this little space temporarily into the dojo. Yeah, into the dojo. So, because a dojo in Japan, traditionally, of course, was a separate building which was exclusively used for martial arts all the time. And people would go there and train and everything else, and they'd come away and go back home. But you can actually create this dojo space wherever you are. And we created, of course, at Hazley Academy, because the gym is a gym. It's not actually a dojo. We make it a dojo because we train in Aikido in that space. You probably know, but just in case you've forgotten, the Japanese word dojo consists of two words, and it means, or translates roughly as the place of the way, or the place of the path, or if you like, the place of the journey. It's got various sort of shades of meaning as well. What that means is it's a kind of space where you yourself as an individual are kind of making progress in the particular martial art or the particular way of life that you've chosen. Now we're following Tamiki Aikido, Professor Tamiki and his two assistants over here, of course. We're following Tamiki Aikido, but Tamiki Aikido is a kind of, it's a martial art, it's self-defense, it's exercise, it's health, it's well-being, it's being around other people who have the same kind of ideas. But it's also about your own, up here, your own development as a person. And one of the things that lots and lots of people these days are more willing to talk about, it's always been there, more willing to talk about, is the A word that the youngsters won't worry about this because they're too young, I suspect, but the older people will kind of understand what I'm talking about here. This is something that plagues, I would say, a big majority of the population probably on the planet, and it's caused by all kinds of things, pressure of work, all that kind of thing. And for me, the great thing to do, this is where this place comes back in, the dojo, your own personal space. And I've commandeered part of the front room, as you can see, for this process. So for me at this moment, this is the dojo, and it's a place where I can think about things, and I can think about Aikido, but I can think about all the kind of issues that there are in life that are probably, you know, swarming in, which is why you'll have seen my clip before on Mokuso, which is this idea of clearing the mind, creating some space. And going back to what I was saying earlier about prevarication and procrastination, one of the downsides of letting that part of the mind, whether it's this side or that, I don't know, saying, oh no, don't do Aikido today, don't go training, don't go jogging, don't do any exercise, just forget all that stuff. The sort of, that voice in the head is that over time, what happens is, this comes back to haunt us, we kind of think, oh no, if I go training or if I go jogging, it's going to make me more stressed. I'm going to have to meet people, I have to talk to them, I don't feel like being with anybody, that kind of thing. And personally, I always find, and Lee agrees with this, and we sometimes have this sort of joking conversation, oh gosh, Aikido, oh, not that we don't want to see you guys, but it's just the thought of dragging out the house in the evening when it's dark and cold, all the other things. Is the lesson going to work? Will people like it? Will they enjoy it? Will they want to come back? All those kind of things that sort of whizzing around in our minds. And Lee and I would always say to you, whenever we've sort of felt like that, we've kind of had to say to ourselves, no, you're going to go and you're going to enjoy, even if you're not feeling 100%, you're going to have a great time because you're going to meet some lovely people. That's you guys, by the way. We're going to have a nice time, and we'll come away at the end of the evening feeling probably feeling slightly physically tired, but hopefully we're going to feel slightly better up here. And that's why I love that final session. For me anyway, and I like this, we do it in yoga as well, it's called Savasana, and you tend to lie down for that and just sort of just not think about anything. And for me, the great thing about Mokuso, even though it's maybe only 30 seconds or a minute at the most, because we don't have time, is that it gives you just time to clear some space and think, okay, I've had a wonderful time, I feel tired, but I feel a lot better than I did 2 hours ago when I was saying to myself, don't go, that kind of thing. So I'm going to finish off now with a bit of Mokuso. The best thing to do is I'm going to invite you to join me in this. Find a space or a time of the day when it suits, maybe in the evening or whatever. And the great thing is have the pause button ready on your phone, because I'm not going to sit here for sort of 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. You can actually make this session last as long or as short as you like. So I'm going to say in a moment Mokuso, which is going to invite us to do that little bit of reflection, clearing the mind, sweeping the dojo floor. I'm going to close my eyes. What I would like you to do then is just hit the pause button and then keep that going for in silence as long as you feel you want to, as a family or as an individual person on your own in a quiet space in the house or whatever. And then when you feel you've got to the end of it, just press the play button again and we'll come to the end. So thank you for watching this. So Mokuso. Yame. Thanks very much for watching, and all together let's do this all together. Otagai ni rei. Thanks guys.